Snack has played a huge part in my training camp. The protein, the ZMA, everything, the pre-workout, it's played such a major part in my training camp, keeping me healthy, keeping me recovered, keeping me feeling good, strong, and ready for my next workout.
From the perspective of, do you feel humbled learning all over again, trying to, get your boxing skills up to speed for this fight?
Wow, I'm so happy because the life is so special, and special for me because when I come to the gym every single day and I learn the different techniques and I look my friends, my partner training, and little Nico training, and the coach Nico come to help me. My coach Doria trained me for many, many years, and it come to help me. I feel comfortable and very lucky because every single day I saw something new on, and I feel more happy, and I try to enjoy every single moment I have with my team.
We've seen over the years with MMA fighters going into boxing. We saw Conor fought Floyd Mayweather. We saw Ben Askren fought Jake Paul. Now you're fighting, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Do you feel like you're representing MMA in the boxing ring?
No, definitely not. I just go to fight boxing because I talked to my coach Doria for many, many years, and for many, many years I talking about fight with Roy Jones Jr., but this has not happened. And I love boxing, and I go do this because I love, because it's a good challenge for my mind, for my body, and because I learn everything new and I'm so happy.
Silva, is there a fighter that you watch right now at the moment, a fighter that maybe you think you could take something from him, a professional boxer?
Yeah, of course.
Do you want to name him? Maybe Canelo?
Now you have the different great fighters, and let's go see the future, because everything is possible.
Anderson, in MMA, your nickname is the Spider. Because we know Yola. What's your nickname in boxing?
Spider?
Do you think you're going for the knockout or decision?
That's a hard question. I don't know.
We recently found out that Dana White, he blocked Georges St-Pierre from fighting Oscar De La Hoya in a boxing match. Are you aware of this?
Really?
Yeah.
I think no makes sense, especially because George do a lot for the sport, especially for UFC. And why you hold the guy? Does not make sense,
Well, I was going to ask you, how grateful do you feel that you have this opportunity? You had one fight left on your UFC contract, and the UFC let you go. They released you, and that's the reason you're able to do this without having to ask permission. Georges St-Pierre is still under contract with the UFC. He's got a frozen contract. So how do you feel about that situation, and do you feel grateful that you don't have to ask permission and that you're out of that contract?
Wow. First of all, I think when you do your job, especially fight, and the level me and George do it, the people need your respect, and George working hard for make a lot of things for UFC, and no make sense Dana White hold Georges St-Pierre, I have my personal opinion about Dana, and I'm not anymore in UFC. I don't like to talk about UFC because everything I do inside UFC is done for me. I do my best. I put in my heart in the company, but now is the page in my life is done.
What do you feel, though, would be the difference between you and George that he wouldn't give the blessing for George to pursue his boxing?
George is a fighter. You can't hold the fighter. It's the same you take the lion in the jungle and put inside the cage. The lion will die. You can't do that. Nobody can do that, It don't make sense. This is terrible, terrible, completely terrible.
Do you think he can compete with Oscar De La Hoya? And Oscar's been removed from the ring for like about close to over 10 years. Do you think he could give Oscar a challenge at this point?
Of course. Listen, in boxing world is completely different from MMA. And Oscar De La Hoya and the many legends in this sport, the people need respect, you know. And that's I talk to my friends every single day. I working hard for respect this sport. I'm win or not, that's the next step, that's the next situation. But right now, I need you to respect the sport, training hard and do my best inside the ring, you know. And the people need to respect the legends, you know.
I know you said you didn't want to talk about the UFC chapter of your career, but just what do you think has to change in the UFC that maybe you would like to see change to maybe get that more respect for the fighter?
In UFC,
just MMA, UFC in general.
I can't talk about that. I can't talk. Yeah, UFC is the page is done in my life, you know, and I'm happy because everything I do in UFC and the whole contract, everything is clean, and I don't have nothing for talking about UFC.
Anderson, tell me a little about your coaches, your team.
Wow, I have a special coach and a special friends too. Come on, Coach Doria. Nico, come here, come here. Come here, come here. Come on, Coach Sergio. Come on, come here. Amanda, come here. Wow.
Okay, tell us who's who and what's what.
So Amanda is my physical trainer. Try to kill me every day.
I do it.
And Coach Dora is my boxing coach for many years. And Coach Nico helped me a lot to learn the different techniques in boxing. And my angel, Coach Sergio. This is my team. This is the people who help me. And I have my partners training. Little Nico, come here, buddy. Come here. Where is Eliezer? Little Nico helped me a lot. This is a very good talent boy, you know. And this is the bad guy here. You know, let me tell you something, guys. 3 days ago, I stayed training with this guy and say, okay, let's go do sparring. Okay, and start. And what this guy doing? Kick my face. Okay.
Why'd you do that?
Okay, why do you? It's boxing. It's not kicking. Say, oh, I'm sorry. I say, okay, I'm sorry, but you kick my face.
Hey, you're lucky he's a nice guy. Somebody else.
I'm sorry, champion. I'm so sorry.
It's fine, buddy. It's fine. Yeah, this is my team. This is the people help me a lot. This is my. It's not my team. It's my family. You know, and. Every single person here put in your heart for make this moment very special and do a special show for everybody in Mexico.
So let me ask you, what's it like to work with Anderson Silva? He's considered the greatest MMA fighter ever.
You're asking me?
Yeah.
It's a humbling experience for me personally, you know, because like I shared with him when we first, you know, started talking, I've been a fan of not just Spider, you know, Anderson Silva, but what he's done in the sport, you know. So I'm honored, you know. I'm humbled. I'm excited to be a part of his family, a part of his team, and we're looking forward to putting on a show.
Coach?
I feel the same way. You know, I'm very humble, very proud to be part of Anderson Silva team. It's a great honor, you know, to train someone with his athletic ability. You know, we all know he's coming from the MMA, UFC, but he's very talented as an athlete. And as a person, he's a great human being, you know, it's a blessing.
Anderson, I gotta ask you, what do you make of Chavez Jr.'s skills? And in boxing, I know he's not taken as serious as before because, you know, he's messed up a lot. But what do you make overall of his skills, and what do you make of the times Junior has messed up?
I mean, every single fight, you have the different experience. And the people think because the last fight to Chavez Jr. is bad, it's come bad in that. No, because sometimes you good, sometimes you're not, and the people need respect. You know, the people don't think judge. You know, it's easy. I'm judge you, you judge me, but you don't go inside. You don't go fight. Why you go judge me? Why you go judge every single person? You can't do this for anybody, especially fighters. You know, and I think he's a great fighter. He's a great talent and have a huge name, and the people need respect.
You mentioned you can't judge fighters and things like that. I think Junior's done a little bit of judging already because you're an MMA fighter. He said that he feels that just based on his experience, he can go ahead and get a knockout. What do you think about that?
Everything is possible, you know. The fight is fight. Fight is fight.
Do you think you have to bring him the fight, or do you want to show the world that you can really box?
I go show for world and for box community how much I training hard for doing my best.
So what happens if you beat Junior? Have you thought about what comes next? Like, do you want to keep boxing?
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. Do you like the idea of that? Like, does it sound?
Let's go see this fight. Probably. Let's go see.
Yeah.
One fight at a time, right?
Yeah.
Anderson, 2 or 3 years ago, I was with Julio and he showed me a picture of you guys together. Do you remember meeting him?
I don't remember.
He was driving a yellow Lamborghini.
No,
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Did you ever meet him? Besides that?
No, I don't
So
remember.
you'll meet him in the ring for the first time.
That's the first time, yes.
Now, your team obviously Mexican-American. Chavez is an icon in Mexico, his dad. What's the feeling like going up against Chavez?
Well, I mean, you know, we're not going up against Chavez. He is. All we're here to do, we're the supporting cast to help him get through his training camp and get to the best level that he can be. So, I mean, in essence, you know, like you said, he's the one that's going to put the show. We're here to make sure that things go in the right direction to the day of the fight. And the day of the fight, you know, to make sure that he gets the proper instructions for him to do his job. And I mean, you know, you're asking me a personal question about Chavez. You know, I've met him. We've had a good relationship, but I mean, this is something totally different. You know, I'm focused on Anderson. Anderson's my priority, and besides that, there's nothing else.
What did they say in Brazil about this fight? Are they going crazy?
A lot of people ask me about that, and a lot of people, my friends especially, you crazy? I said, yeah, I'm crazy. Yeah.
Anderson, I know off topic, but do you want to give us your thoughts on John Jones' move to the heavyweight division and possibly facing Francis and Ngannou?
Wow. It's tough for me talking about John Jones because he's my friend, and I think UFC need putting John Jones back fight, you know, because he's a huge talent and the only one big guy have a big name in UFC right now, you know.
Any advice for him? Because you made the move up in division as well. Any advice for him jumping divisions?
I mean, I think it's challenge. When you change, it's challenging in your mind, in your body, and challenge for your team. That's I change and I go to fight in a different category.
Do you like his chances against Francis?
Of course, have. Of course.
What do you like about it in terms of stylistically the matchup?
Well, in my opinion, John Jones have more skills and more weapons to win this fight.
Would you warn him about anything of the potential move to the heavyweight division? Like since you did it yourself, I know not that high, but would you warn him about anything about moving up in weight?
Well, it's hard to me to talking about MMA right now because I don't watch anymore. You know, for many years I don't watch.
Why?
Because this is the part my life is done. You know, I watch boxing, I watch in jiu-jitsu tournament, gi, no gi, but I don't watch anymore MMA.
What's the last boxing fight you watched?
Canelo.
Ah, what do you think of that fight?
Amazing. Canelo is completely different.
What do you like about what he does in the ring, and what do you like about how he fought Billy Joe Saunders?
Wow, Canelo training hard every day. He have an amazing team and never stop training, and that's more important because you need to make your dreams inside your sport and make every single day you pass for different situation for make good successful inside the ring. That's I respect and I like to watching Canelo because he's a very, very, very talented and very good fighter.
What did you make about the way the fight ended when you hit him with the uppercut?
Well, it's Canelo. It's amazing.
Anderson, Mexican fans are very, very passionate. You're going into hostile territory against the Chavez, which is Mexican royalty. Are you prepared for what might come your way?
Yeah, I prepare.
Coach, what makes Anderson good as a boxer?
Oh, sorry, I'm learning English, but my teacher talk for me.
Coach Doria, you've trained all the top Brazilian boxers, and you've been with Anderson 15 years, but now you're training him in boxing. What's that been like?
Você treinou os melhores lutadores do Brasil. Como é agora estar treinando o Anderson somente para boxe?
Treinar Anderson, trabalho com Anderson há mais de 18 anos. Então, Anderson sempre foi talento e sempre teve amor pelo
He works
boxe.
with Anderson for over 18 years.
Sempre teve amor pelo boxe e sempre foi grande sonho dele.
He loves
Lutar
boxing.
boxe, meu também. E agora está podendo realizar esse sonho, né? Lutando contra grande campeão, que é o Chavez Jr.
How does
He loves boxing. Anderson loves boxing, and he's very passionate about boxing. And now it has been a pleasure for him to allow this passion come through the day of the ring.
How does he compare to some of your top boxers?
Como que você compara o Anderson com os melhores lutadores?
Anderson é uma lenda dentro do MMA.
He's a legend.
E é um atleta que assimila muito bem as técnicas e tem muita habilidade no boxe.
A lot of skills, a lot of ability, learns very quickly.
Anderson é acima do normal.
He's above average.
Acredito que está pronto para enfrentar outro grande campeão como Chavez Jr. E é só o início.
He is more than ready for this fight, and this is only the beginning.
Amanda, I have a question.
Sure.
How was it training Anderson as a strength and conditioning?
They tried to kill me. Try to kill me. I say, Amanda, let me tell you something. I'm not.
Did he come in shape too?
You know-
Or was he out of shape?
Crazy.
He was okay. It has been a pleasure for me, especially because I feel so honored to be introduced in the fighting community and to have Anderson not only respect me as a new member, but to also as a woman, and to be representing women along with all the incredible men here. Everybody here respects me like I'm part of the family. Anderson always learns as if he is just starting, which is so humbling. So it was amazing to see somebody like him to look up to me and listen to me and take all the instructions and just become better every day. So he inspires me every day.
So no lip from him, huh?
He struggles a little bit with eating.
Oh my
he needs
God.
to eat more.
I can't eat the same. I can't. You know, I like cheeseburger, I like everything bad. And when I go eat, no, this is not, I say, come
So
on.
what's his goal? You want him to trim down a little, or?
I want him to get stronger. I think that what I've been noticing a lot in the community of fighters in general is that they don't have the mindset to understand that weightlifting and eating well is part of the protocol for them to get stronger. A punch with a strong arm and strong muscles, strong shoulders, biceps, triceps can be much more powerful than somebody who doesn't train weights. The eating habits as well, the sleeping habits, so that's something that I've been teaching him a lot. Food is fuel. Food is so important. And for him, who is constantly burning over 2,000, 3,000 calories, if he doesn't put that back, it's gonna break down. So he's learning, and I feel like the community is learning too. He's learning too. I really want to focus that because I think that's something the community in general needs help with.
Anderson, question over here. How does this moment compare to when you were first in Pride or when you were first in the UFC? Do you have the same excitement or your first MMA fight maybe?
Yes. More than that, because why I believe in and I agree I make successful in the sport. Because every single camp training is new one for me. And I try to learn, I try to absorb everything. And this fight for me is, I'm so happy because for me is, wow, it's my first fight. It's my first fight. You know, I don't think about how much I make successful in MMA or Muay Thai and different sports. This is brand new one for me. And that's, I enjoy the moment and stay every single day happy and exciting.
Absolutely. Well, you feel nervous. In MMA, you're not nervous. You go there, it's like a day at work for you. In this boxing match, do you feel a little bit of the nerves, like when you were younger?
I feel nervous when I fight MMA. It's normal, you know, because you never go to dancing with your opponent. You go fight, you know. Your opponent come to punch you, you go punch your opponent, you know. And yeah, everybody come nervous.
Last question for me. What challenges do you think Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. presents to you?
Wow. It's a different level, you know. Chavez Jr., they have a lot of experience in boxing for many, many years. Fight for the different fighters and have a lot of experience. And that's the good challenge for us, for the whole team. And for me, it's good because I put in everything I train here, outside, inside the ring, for see how much I learn, how much I can do this more and more and more.
So it's a big challenge.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Coach, what was the first thing that you thought or told Anderson when he told you that he wanted to continue his career in boxing?
Qual foi a primeira coisa que você falou pro Anderson quando ele te disse que ele gostaria de estar voltando pro boxing?
Eu fiquei muito feliz. Eu falei que é um sonho que ele sempre teve, né?
Was extremely happy.
E teria a oportunidade de realizar mais uma grande luta de boxe, uma vez contra um ex-campeão do mundo, que é o Chavez Jr.
He was extremely happy and excited to be able
Eu acho que é um jogo que casa muito bem. Vai ser um grande espetáculo.
It's going to be a spectacular game.
Who is the best boxing in MMA besides yourself?
I don't know.
Anderson, are you keeping your eyes on the other exhibitions like Ben Askren is consistently fighting now? Logan Paul's going to fight June 6th against Floyd Mayweather. Do you think? What do you think of those matchups, and what do you think of that matchup in particular, Mayweather versus Logan Paul?
Everything's new one right now, you know, and the people like to watch it, you know, like to see the YouTuber and the boxer guy, you know, and that's the brand new one. Is the new
It's a new thing right now.
yeah, it's the new entertainment for the people, you know.
Mm-hmm. You actually had the MMA career, so maybe your transition to boxing would be a little bit easier than Logan Paul's, but what chances do you give Logan Paul just from the outside looking in against Floyd Mayweather?
Listen, when you go inside the cage or you go inside the ring, both guys have a chance. It's 50-50.
Do you miss any of the MMA training? Do you miss the wrestling? Do you miss
No, I continue training because my son Gabriel training MMA for fight, and I help my son a lot.
Anderson, what happens if Junior doesn't make weight? Because he's had trouble in the past. Like, have you thought about if some of that stuff would happen?
You know, I listen a lot my team here, and every single day I feel in this team here one thing: don't think about nothing bad, you know. And I believe in this fight is very special for people in Mexico. I'm very excited for do that, and I don't think about nothing bad. You know, I think Chavez Jr. stay ready for the fight. I'm prepared and I'm still ready for this fight.
Anderson, my last question. Message
Last
to
question.
all the fans who love you and support you. What do you tell them right now, the eve of your fight?
Guys, I need to say thank you so much. Thank you for supporting me. I continue to do this because this is my ear. This is my life. I love fighting, and I'm so happy. And every single day I learn the different technique, and I try to do this for for you guys, my fans. Everything is possible. You know, doesn't matter you fighter or not fighter. You have the different job. Do your best. Working hard and do your best and believe in yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Obrigado.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Up TV, and give us a follow online as well at Fight Up TV on Twitter and on Instagram. We appreciate it, guys.